Welcome back to Educator.com's Advanced English Grammar course. This lesson is part of a series on problematic words and phrases. This lesson covers problematic words and phrases beginning with the letters A and B. That's right, there's more in the series. Let's get started. Alright, this is our lesson overview. These are the words that we're going to cover. We're going to cover the difference between affect and effect, adverse and averse, advice and advise, a lot and allot, already and already, among and between, amount and number, assure and sure and insure, and then we're going to get to the B words, the difference between been and been, by and by, and when to use because and when to use since. And we're going to conclude with some practice. Alright, affect versus effect. A lot of people get these words mixed up, but this is what you need to know. Effect means either to bring about, or, if it's used as a noun, it means result. So, I will effect change in this department. I will bring about change. Or, the effect of the rain, the result of the rain, was to make the ground wet. It's almost always used in the noun sense to mean result. It really, effect something is almost always used in business speak or manager speak. Affect, by contrast, means either to influence, used as a verb, its most common use, or emotional expression. So, how did the weather affect your travel plans? Basically, how did the weather influence your travel plans? How did it change them? If you are affecting your travel plans with an E, then you are putting them into effect just as you planned. Nothing goes wrong, whereas if the weather affects it, it changes them, it alters them. In fact, just remember that if it affects something, it probably alters it. A and A. Now, if you're looking at emotional expression, his flat affect after his dog died puzzled everyone. For this one, just remember the connection between affect and affection, the expression of emotional liking for something. If you have a flat affect, your affection is very flat. It's not really there. Next, adverse versus averse. Adverse with a D means unfortunate or opposed. Averse means having repugnance. Averse is almost always used for people, whereas adverse is almost always used for things. Let's look at an example. I had an adverse reaction to the medication. Well, we're talking about your body's reaction, not you personally. So we're talking about a thing, not a person, and it's reacting to medication, which is also a thing, not a person. But I am averse to war. I have an aversion. I don't like it. I avert my eyes. A-V-E-R-T, avert means to turn away or push downward usually. So when you're trying to remember the difference between adverse and averse, adverse pretty much always has to do with things, and averse usually has to do with people and a personal repugnance.